hell are my keys? I think they fell in between the couch cushions again. What the hell is this? Well, this brings back memories. It's a good thing I don't have to review any bad Three Musketeers movies anymore. Greetings, fanboys and fangirls, I'm Erod and I'm the Blockbuster Buster. Shortly after my review of Paul Anderson's Three Musketeers, a lot of you cried out that there was another Musketeer film that was far, far worse. One that actually went to theaters and that required my immediate busting. I can already tell by your vastly enthusiastic request that this is gonna suck hard. Let's just do it. So our movie begins with a young D'Artagnan training to be a musketeer, when suddenly the evil Febra, the man in black, played by Tim Roth, shows up to collect taxes. Well, that's weird. In the original story, D'Artagnan and the man in black don't actually meet until D'Artagnan is grown up.
Not only a thief, but also a liar.
Holy God! This adaptation just officially tied with Garfield 2 as far as getting everything wrong in record time. In the original story, the reason D'Artagnan goes to Paris to become a musketeer is because his father used to be a musketeer, and D'Artagnan just wants to follow in his footsteps and make him proud. No one killed his parents, inadvertently sending him on a revenge spree. D'Artagnan is not Batman.
Have at thee!
I never thought that I'd say this out loud, but Paul Anderson's version is already superior. Yay! I'm gonna have some ice cream later. I would tell you what happens next, but since they ripped it off from another movie, I'll let that movie tell it.
My father refused. Without a word, the six-fingered man slashed him through the heart. The six-fingered man lived me alive. I was 11 years old. When I was strong enough, I dedicated my life to the study of fencing. So the next time we meet, I will not fail. I will go up to the six-fingered man and say, "Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die."
So after the worst opening credits ever, we cut to 14 years later, where we find a grown-up D'Artagnan, played by Justin Chambers, who was raised and trained by this Jerry Garcia-looking motherfucker, and is now on his way to Paris to become a musketeer. They stop to get some breakfast when D'Artagnan sees a group of douchebags picking on a young beggar boy. And that dog won't fly, Monsignor. Alright everybody, unsheath your rapiers. It's time for some swashbuckling action! What the fuck noodles is this? Firstly, D'Artagnan is on his way to apply to be a musketeer, but as far as I can see, he doesn't need the musketeers. The guy's like a fucking superhero. Secondly, do they mean to tell me that Jerry Garcia over here taught him Kung Fu? Cause nothing, and I do mean nothing about this guy says Kung Fu Master. And thirdly, what the hell's the deal with the fight choreography? I mean, who choreographed this? Zing Zing Zhong? Oh, he did. So, the fight choreographer for most of Jet Li's movies did the fight choreography for this. Okay. So D'Artagnan finally makes it to the headquarters of the Three Musketeers, where he meets the eponymous heroes. Porthos, the lovable man-whore. Aramis, the overly religious one. And Athos, who's not there. He's at a bar, throwing daggers. D'Artagnan finds out that the Musketeers have been disbanded by the Cardinal, and then he leaves. And that's it, folks. That's this movie's introduction to the Three Musketeers. Hey, there they are. Bye!
I smell something. Bullshit.
So D'Artagnan and Jerry get themselves a room for the night.
Do you wish to see the room or not?
The room, yes. Yes, of course.
Are you all right, monsieur?
Wait a minute. Is that supposed to be his fry? His forced romantic interest? So we have stylized kung fu fighting, no focus on the Three Musketeers, and now a romantic subplot? Who the hell makes these decisions?
Alright, Fedora Freddy.
Wait, no, fuck that shit. Fedora Freddy, you're a successful Hollywood pitchman. Now, please, tell me, justify in some way why this movie doesn't have traditional 17th century sword fighting. It brings in the young audience. I'm telling you, youngsters love that Kung Pao whatchamacallit more than the price at the bottom of a box of Cracker Jacks. Okay, and why exactly is the movie ignoring the Three Musketeers? Youngsters don't want to know about stuffy older characters, they want to know about the young character, D'Artagnan. In fact, let's change the title of the movie from The Three Musketeers to The Musketeer. And I suppose you have an explanation for the cutesy-wootsy romantic comedy subplot. Well, you have to consider the female demographic, all the while not forgetting about the youngsters. So what you do is, you cast one of those dizzy dames from the American Pie movies as a romantic interest, and nothing brings out the youngsters to the picture show faster than things that reminds them of fornicating with pastries. What? Why do we hang out? So D'Artagnan helps the so-called Musketeers break their leader out of the Cardinal's jail. Somebody stop them! They're getting away at a brisk pace!
Should we chase them, sir?
Nah, they're gone. After saving this oh-so-important character, D'Artagnan gets the Musketeers' trust. And thus, they all agree to join forces and help foil an assassination attempt on the King of France. So, do the Three Musketeers and D'Artagnan fight off the assassins together? The Three Stooges over here sneak the King and Queen out of the palace through the sewers. All the while, D'Artagnan stays behind and fights off all of the assassins single-handed using his rope foo, motherfucker!
Name one thing you're gonna need the stupid fucking rope for.
Yup, the Three Musketeers have been reduced to incidental sidekicks.
I smell something.
So right, honey, I smell it too. Coming to the determination that Paris is no longer safe, it is decided to secretly transport the Queen out of the city. D'Artagnan is chosen to be her bodyguard. The Three Musketeers offer their help and D'Artagnan turns them down. He turns them down! Three of the greatest fictional heroes of all time offer you their help, and your response is, nah, I have a sword and Jerry Garcia, I'm good.
What an idiot.
So they make their way to the safe house and surprise, surprise, they are attacked by the Man in Black and his men. Whoa! That guy is dead as shit. Okay, well I guess they honestly didn't need the Three Musketeers after all. Never mind. After a brief ambush, the Man in Black captures the Queen and... Traditionally a fade to black would mean that this is the end of the movie, but every time I see this in one of the bad movies that I review, it keeps oh, there it goes. So after that horrible fucking transition, we see that D'Artagnan survived the gunshot, and that the Man in Black left some men behind to make sure that D'Artagnan is dead. Alright, I guess it's time for some ridiculous martial arts action. Wow. That sucked. Hard. Was this shot on Zing Zing's day off? The Cardinal finds out that the Man in Black has his own agenda, with kidnapping the Queen and all, so he orders to have him killed. So our choices for action sequences are either ridiculous bullshit or lazy ass bullshit. Alright, fine, let's stick to the ridiculous bullshit. So D'Artagnan goes to storm the castle and save the Queen. Alone. Luckily, his comic relief sidekicks show up to lend a hand, even though he's been treating them like shit throughout the whole movie.
Do not turn your back on me, D'Artagnan, for I will fight you!
Do not fight me, Aramis, or I will kill you.
Yeah, he won't even spare good line delivery for them.
Do not fight me, Aramis, or I will kill you.
God damn, he's seriously Kristen Stewart that line. So our heroes are ready to storm the castle, and wait a minute, he's wearing his blue Musketeer tunic. He wasn't wearing it in the last shot, and now it's gone again?
You dropped this.
Was no one keeping up with continuity? Who's editing this damn thing?
Ain't I a stinker? Nugga nugga nooch!
Our heroes storm the castle. The Queen, of course, is being kept in the highest room in the tallest tower. It's tradition. D'Artagnan, of course, climbs the tower using a grapple gun. He has a grapple gun in 17th century France. So why doesn't he just take out the bad guys with an Uzi while he's at it?
Stay thy hand, fair prince.
Who said I'm fair?
D'Artagnan climbs the tower, and instead of cutting his line, the bad guys climb down the side of the building on their own ropes, and then this happens.
Name one thing you're gonna need the stupid fucking rope for.
I wanted you here for this. This will just take a moment.
Oh no!
I'm not dead. Now will you please go kill him?
Really? You're just gonna ruin the moment.
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
So D'Artagnan and the Man in Black have their final battle, in the room where they keep all the ladders in the kingdom. And of course, wacky martial art fight rules dictate that they must make use of said ladders during the fight. Well, I have to admit, this is kind of neat, but a little familiar. Oh my god. They ripped off Xena Warrior Princess. This is the exact same fight that Xena and Callisto had in the first season of the show. And believe it or not, the Xena fight actually made more sense, as both combatants needed the ladders to climb up to Gabrielle, who was precariously hanging overhead. Xena, of course, is trying to save her, all the while Callisto is trying to kill her. Here, these guys are fighting on the ladders cause they're there, even though it would probably be easier to fight on the ground. What, is no one gonna say a cool action hero line? You just killed the bad guy on a ladder. You should say something like, ladder way to go, or it's lonely at the top, or oh, fuck it. So the day is saved. D'Artagnan is an official musketeer, and they rip off Disney's Robin Hood before rolling the end credits. This movie's a silly simulacrum of swashbuckling shitballs. Alright, I'll say it. Paul Anderson's version is actually better. While that movie might be stylized, at least it's stylized all the way through, letting you know from the get-go exactly what you're getting yourself into. This movie, on the other hand, the fight scenes are stylized and everything else is played straight, which makes for a very jarring mismatch, in which the stylized moments end up sticking out like a sore thumb, and are just flat out distracting, as opposed to being a fun addition to the narrative. I can see how adding Zing Zing Xiong's fighting choreography to this type of a film might seem like a good idea, but they seriously needed to spend more time developing the concept and integrating it a little bit better with 17th century style sword fighting, cause quite frankly the two styles didn't mesh. But this movie's biggest problem and why it fails so badly as an adaptation has absolutely nothing to do with the kung fu battles. The failure stems from the fact that they got the character of D'Artagnan completely wrong. In The Three Musketeers, D'Artagnan is supposed to be the surrogate character, the one character that the audience relates to the most. He is a young, inexperienced adventurer who sees joining the Musketeers as a rite of passage, or an opportunity to acquire the one part of himself that he is missing. Here, D'Artagnan is just perfect. He can battle 20 men on his own. He's a ladies' man, an explosives expert, a wine connoisseur. He only needs the Musketeers to run minor errands for him. All of which makes for an entertaining character, but not the charming, relatable one created by Alexander Dumas. But now, if you excuse me, it's busting time. Wait. I have to make sure that I'm never plagued by another Musketeer movie for as long as I live. Promised that I wouldn't abuse the power of the Reaper's ring. But this is an emergency. It's time to employ the Death Touch. So that was one busted, thousands more to go. I'm Erod, and I'm the Blockbuster Buster.
Join the Legion, suckers!